Welcome in, cronies, of the Man-Child Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, here with my two best friends tonight, John and Jay. Tonight, we're going to do $1 million butt, and we are going to draft the best week of PE ever. And tonight, we are without our producer, skinny guy, no beard, Michael. He's feeling a little under the weather tonight.
Oh, is he feeling a little sick today?
The poor little baby needed a nap. Couldn't come to the podcast.
Poor little guy. Poor
He's gonna edit this out because he has the power. He will edit all of that out. You know,
I was gonna say the worst part's he dies. So we can't let that air. We've got to get this off the. We look so insensitive.
Since Mike isn't on to wrangle us in, does that mean safety and practices is off tonight, and we can go as far off the wall as we want?
Maybe.
Sounds fair enough to me.
And I said,
all right.
Oh, that's good. That's really
good. Let's
good.
get into it. $1 million butt.
Hey, pal, what would you do for $1 million? The Man-Child Chronicles presents $1 million But...
All right, cronies. We haven't played this one in a while. $1 million butt. I will start it off. I'll do a nice, easy one. Awkward for you. Every time you get $1 million butt, every time you hear the song "Happy Birthday," you have to get up and go over to that table or area and eat their birthday cake.
like all of it, or just like
you just go to town, baby. Just start going to town, scooping it up.
Do I have to? What happens when they get really mad? Do I have to explain to them? Gosh. I'm just trying to think in my head. Okay, I'm going to try to protect myself.
Birthday party. Oh. Some 5-year-old's birthday party. I love my robot cake. I love robots. Here comes Jay.
I'm trying to protect myself.
I'm hungry.
I'm like, all right, I won't eat out at restaurants. I won't go do things that people are going to be. You're going to run into it at some point.
It's impossible.
You're going to run into it at the park. You're at the park. You hear happy birthday. No, don't do it.
Your feet just start moving towards it. Oh, no.
For the love of God, no.
Without a doubt, I'm going to take the $1 million, but at some point, it'll catch up to me and I'll feel like a monster. And I'll look in the mirror after I grab into the cake and be like,
just start crying.
John, I figured you would just embrace it. You'd just be like that. Sorry, kid. I don't know what to tell you. It's my cake now. You know why?
Because
I have $1 million
Pokemon cards and give him a Pokemon card after I do it. Like, here's a rear Charizard. Here you go, kid.
Here you go, kid. That's a good idea. Yeah, you have to take the money. It's $1 million. I'm taking the money, is what it is.
All right. $1 million, but every time you eat ice cream, a disease breaks out in a third world country, killing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
I mean, here's the problem. I want the $1 million, and I love ice cream. So, is it? You said it's not my country, right?
Third world country.
I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. So
this is like that Mountain Dew question. Look, John, all I have to do is
you don't know what happens.
Have to do is take the $1 million
ice cream
and never eat ice cream. But I'm telling you right now, there ain't no way I'm never gonna eat ice cream again. I don't care what the. Hey, it's it's the box all over again. Push this button, someone dies.
If you eat ice cream, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people will die in a third world country.
I mean, listen, you're helping the environment. We need to depopularize. There's too many people on Earth. We're creating a hole in the ozone layer.
Okay, Thanos. The only problem with your theory, Ryan, is it's not fair like it was with Thanos. He didn't know who was going to disappear.
You don't either. You're just eating ice cream.
It would be easy to lie and just be like, I'll take the $1 million. I'm never eating ice cream again. No problem. I can't lie.
I got a good question for you. So if I go to Baskin Robbins and do the samplers every time I eat it?
Yes. Yes. Every time. Because here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you have a large sundae or a sampler. It doesn't matter. The amount of ice cream you eat does not dictate the amount of people that die. It just varies. It's either going to be thousands or hundreds of thousands.
I can tell you right now, I'm taking the $1 million, and I'm going to be like, it's fine. No ice cream for me. I might last 8 weeks, and then I'm going to be like, all right, get me a gallon. Just get me a pail. I am not going to stop eating it. And then I can't help it. I'm going to be like Googling what new diseases have popped up.
No, what would happen?
And I
what
feel
would
sad,
happen?
and I want ice cream again. I need ice cream.
You would eat the gallon of ice cream, and then you'll Google like world disease third world country, like 4,000 people have passed away, and you'd be like, oh, only 4,000? I'll have this cone. 400,000 people have passed away. Oh my gosh!
The cone wasn't even that good of ice cream.
What am I doing? At some point, someone's going to be like, just kill that guy. He's taking off way too many.
Nobody's going to figure it out.
All you had to do was stop eating ice cream, fatty. Like, that's all you had to do. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't even like raspberry.
It's like
I don't
Citizen.
even like this guy.
It's like Citizen Kane. You're on your deathbed. You're just like, ice cream. And then you drop it.
Good one, John. That was a real good one. All right. All right. You get $1 million, but every hour for 5 random minutes. So the exact 5 minutes is totally unpredictable. A random part of your body will have a twitch or a spasm. You don't know if it's going to be painful or not. It will never truly hurt you or kill you, even if it's your heart that spasms. But you will live with this condition for the rest of your life. 5 minutes. It could be an eye twitch, calf spasm, back spasm, left testicle. I don't know. Just random part of your body for the rest of your life every hour for 5 minutes.
So $1 million, but you get Tourette's. Okay, let me think.
I mean, I feel like there's people that go through that every day without $1 million. So just out of respect for them,
Yeah.
I'm taking the money.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take the money, and then I'm going to go on America's Got Talent, and I'm going to tell them, like, I just can't control it. And I'm going to get the golden buzzer. I'm going to win the whole thing.
Ryan from Springville, Missouri. What's his talent? I don't know when it's going to happen, but sometime within this hour of me being up here, guys.
In this hour, I'm going to twitch.
I'm just going to sing. I'm going to be terrible, but everybody's going to feel bad for me because of my condition. So I'll start getting all the votes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one time you don't twitch. What's happening?
I got to keep singing. No, your time's up. No, just wait. It's going to happen.
Wait. It'll be heroic.
And the only part that twitches is like his left toe. No one can even see it. Oh, poor Ryan.
All right. $1 million, and you get the greatest dog in the world. It does whatever you want it to do, and it can talk. Gosh. But no one else can hear or see this dog. You can't prove it in any way that it exists. And if you ignore it, it loses its ability to talk. Would you take the $1 million?
What do you mean by ignore it? Like, if I'm in a crowd with people and it tries to talk to me, I have to just ignore it?
You got to talk back. You got to respond to the dog.
You have to respond no matter what.
Yeah, you can't ignore the dog.
I want the dog.
You know what? I love this movie called Harvey with Jimmy Stewart, and this reminds me of this movie, and I'm taking the $1 million out of respect to Jimmy Stewart.
What's Harvey with Jimmy Stewart? Why don't you help us out a little bit?
Harvey's about a big giant bunny that he can only see in his head that talks to him, and it's kind of the same idea.
Jimmy Stewart did that?
Oh yeah, very good movie. Won Oscars.
That's one of his most popular movies there is.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I'm drawing a complete blank. I don't think I've ever even seen the cover.
Jay, disappointed in you.
Think I'm just gonna make up a Jimmy Stewart movie about him talking to bunnies called Harvey?
No, it sounds really good. So I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to look it up. Interesting. I'm taking the money, and I want my best friend to be the dog, and I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the money for sure. Like, I don't care if people think I'm crazy. In my head, in my life, I will feel complete. I got this awesome dog for the rest of my life that can talk to me and do whatever I want to do.
My wife and kids leave me. I don't care. I have the best dog in the world.
In the world, yeah. We just lost a listener, probably.
Yeah. Those guys are stupid.
Okay. I'm going to try reading this one to you, but I was pretty drunk when I typed it up, so I might have to explain it 3 or 4 times for you, okay? $1 million, but you will experience organ failure and have to go through an organ transplant surgery. You don't know what organ it is or if the surgery will be a success.
What?
The surgery will take place within the first month you receive your $1 million. So once you receive your $1 million, within the first month, you will experience some type of organ failure and you'll have to go through some type of transplant surgery, and you don't know it'll be a success.
I'm not doing that. No.
What? If you would have said...
It kills thousands of people. You both are going to do it to eat ice cream. But for one organ in your all's body, you both were like, no, right off the bat?
This is about me now. Not people I don't know. Out of sight, out of mind. This is in me. I just lost my heart.
Simple organ. It can be the easiest organ to replace.
John, I've done told you I'm not going to eat the ice cream. It's fine. I'm not going to do it. Oh my gosh, I did it.
So both of you would kill thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, but would not risk one organ failure in your own body.
If you would have said you have to go through the trial of it, you have to have the surgery, it takes months to get your body to even accept that organ. It is a whole ordeal. But if I knew I was going to make it, I would do it. If I don't know I'm going to make it,
you might not. So you value your own soul over the souls of others. Got it. All right.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
I think that sums up the human race. Okay, John. If you're an alien trying to determine if the humans are worth saving, I feel so bad for the rest of the human population.
I hope he does not listen to the Man Child
Yeah. Humans are terrible. They're so selfish. All right, here's my last one. You get $1 million, but you can only stay awake for 4 consecutive hours every day. You get to choose which 4 hours you want, but then it's set for the rest of your life. Those are the only 4 hours a day you can stay awake. The other 20 hours you do nothing but sleep. You will wake up extremely rested and ready to go. But at the 4-hour mark, boom, like a narcoleptic, you drop wherever you are and you sleep for 20 hours. If the answer is yes, what 4-hour slot are you choosing?
So I only sleep 4 hours a day?
You're only awake
20
for 4 hours a day.
Oh, I'm only awake 4 hours a day and I sleep 20 hours a day?
That's right.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You only get 4 hours. So if you're even trying to juggle a job in there, I don't good luck.
Why would I have $1 million?
You got $1 million.
Yeah, that sounds really good. If I had to pick the 4 hours,
yeah, you get to pick them.
Oh man, that makes it hard.
There's just too many things I can think of that I can't do it. I'm gonna miss Jets games. I'm gonna miss fantasy football. I'm gonna miss.
You'll wake up and it's there.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna miss kids events too. But I mean, the fantasy football and the Jets games. You wake up and it's there. No, but it's gonna be past it. Somebody might leave a note saying, "Hey, awesome game, the Jets won." And be like, "No,
Like, you're gonna have to get spoiled. You can't just spend all 4 hours watching football."
Hear me out.
I just don't take it.
Hear me out. My kid's bedtime is around 8 p.m. They don't get home from school until around 4 p.m. So being the great father that I am, I want to make sure it's between 12 and 4 every day. I knew it. So that I can be asleep through through a lot of it. And then on Sundays, I still get a good 4-hour windows of football. Saturday, I still get a 4-hour window of college football. I can record the games and then watch them throughout the week. 12 to 4 will be my time slot. Yes. Money. Million.
12 to 4 is a pretty good time. So I'd probably take, like, if I was going to do it, I'd probably take like a 2 to 6 because then I can see the end of the early games and see the late games. But still, I might miss if I go to OT. The other thing is,
record them and then you watch it. Then you have 4 hours to watch them.
I'm going to lose an incredible amount of weight because sleeping burns so many calories, and I'm only going to be able to eat one meal a day. I'm only up for 4 hours.
Hopefully not ice cream.
I'm probably going to have. I'm probably going to have an IV hooked up to me because I'll be dehydrated, sleeping for 20 hours.
Sloths do it. They're fine.
That's going to be a long pee when you wake up. And your mouth, if you sleep with your mouth open, is going to be so dry.
Are you taking the money?
No, I'm not.
12 to 4, $1 million.
Good job, John.
All right, I got one more. You get $1 million, but every time you get dressed, there's a 1 in 20 chance everything you wear will disappear at random some point during the day.
Just one piece of clothing or all of our clothing?
Could be all of it. The 1 in 20 chance.
What's the $1 million every time I get dressed?
You get $1 million, but every time $1 million, but every time you get dressed, there's a 1 in 20 chance everything you're wearing will disappear at random some point during the day.
I'm gonna take the $1 million and go move to a nudist colony, and I don't have to worry about that.
That's good, John. I mean, you have to take the money, and you just 1 in 20 chance. Like, can I also have like a towel? A towel nearby so I can wrap up.
I hope you're not at a children's park when that happens because you'll be in jail. You'll have to go to all your neighbors and be like, "Hi, my name is Jay Gill. I'm a."
Let me get my script out. I am a registered sex offender. I just need you to know.
See that?
Look,
I saw it on TikTok. There's Will Forte doing Saturday Night Live, and he did a skit where he's going around for Halloween and he knocks on the doors. And I think it was John Hamm is like the neighbor who answers. And John Hamm's like, "Aren't you a little bit too old for trick or treating?" He's like, "Well, I'm just new to the neighborhood, trying to get things in, blah blah blah." He goes, "Well, that's weird. Leave." And he goes, "All right, I'm just a very shy, awkward guy trying to make friends. Is that so wrong?" And then he goes, "Well, I'm sorry. That was cruel of me. Why didn't you dress up today?" And he goes, "I did dress up. I'm a sex offender." And then John Hamm's like, "What? Yeah, I'm a registered sex offender. My name's blah, blah, blah. I live at blah, blah, blah. I'm a registered sex offender."
That's pretty funny.
Will
the large
Forte,
size Snickers in
Saturday
there?
Night Live with John Hamm. Look it up.
That's pretty funny. I'm going to have to look that up.
Nice. John,
I
you
got a
any
couple more. I got a couple more. Jay, you got any more?
No, I'm done.
Okay, so first one here, the last one's really stupid. So the first one here, $1 million, but it's put in a trust. You cannot touch the money till you are in your correct BMI range, body mass index range. So you get $1 million put in a trust, and you have to get in the appropriate BMI range before you can touch the money.
I mean, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Put it in there. We'll see what happens. Because it's a trust, so I get to leave it to somebody. So if I don't even get to enjoy it, at least the kids will.
I'll say this: if you never get in that BMI range, nobody ever gets it.
Well, eventually,
So
when
your
you
kids-
die and wither away, you'll get to that BMI range at some
Your
point.
kids will know how much of a failure you are.
I know. I was like, can I do it and never tell anyone? I don't want anyone to know. Like,
Everybody will know about it. Everyone.
the
A mass
pressure.
text, a yearly
You're so
text
fat,
will be
Jay.
sent out.
You're so fat.
Why are you
You're
so
ruining
fat,
our lives.
Jay?
A yearly text will be sent out to everybody, updating where you're at.
And I just keep eating ice cream.
I eat because I'm fat, and I'm fat because I eat.
Now, this one might not bother you guys as much as it would bother me. but $1 million, but every time you eat peanut butter, it's the extra crunchy kind. No matter what it is.
Oh, I love it.
No matter what the peanut butter's been added, it cannot be creamy.
I love crunchy.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like crunchy.
Freaking hate crunchy peanut butter, man. That's the one I would not take $1 million on.
It gives you that. I feel like I'm having a more hearty meal when I use the crunchy peanut butter.
I just wish I could tell the viewers why I'm laughing so hard. Pre-show, Ryan did a couple inappropriate ones. And bottom line is, John was willing to go, yeah, I'll take a finger in the butt, no problem. He said after 12 times of that, you won't even it's just going to be natural. Yeah, it's fine. Just give me the $1 million. It's no big deal. It comes to peanut butter, and you're like, hard no. Hard freaking no. I ain't put peanuts in my
I would
peanut
not
butter.
eat crunchy peanut butter for $100. That is just straight nasty, man.
He's giving us crap for killing 100 million people for eating ice cream, and he won't even eat crunchy peanut butter.
This is the part of the show where I pass out. Oh my gosh, John.
All right. That was fun. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. And we're back. Let's get into some weekly mustard. The weekly mustard. Stories that make life tangy.
All right, so for Weekly Mustard, I don't know if you guys have been staying in tune with all the latest shows coming out. This strike is pushing out a ton of content. Movies are getting delayed. TV shows are getting delayed. So I'm just super excited for the shows we are getting. And there's more than two. There's two I want to bring up because I'm also watching Hard Knocks every week, and you know that if you're following the podcast. But the two that I'm really watching right now, Only Murders in a Building on Hulu and Ahsoka on Disney Plus. I am loving those shows. Me and the wife watch Only Murders in a Building, and then we watch Ahsoka, usually on Wednesdays, because Tuesdays I have to watch Only Murders in a Building and Hard Knocks. But Hard Knocks is over, so that's gone.
You don't watch Winning Time on HBO?
I haven't started Winning Time yet. Nope.
Oh, dude, it is so
That was what
good.
I was going to bring up for my weekly mustard, Ryan, was Winning Time on HBO. That show was phenomenal.
Don't skip me. Are you guys watching Only Murders in a Building? Have you guys been watching that?
Okay. Well, see, we're all tying in our
Let
weekly
me tell
mustard.
you about Larry Legend and Winning Time.
What? Don't ignore me. We'll go to
Hold
Larry
on.
Legend in a second.
Hold on. We're all going to be tying into our weekly mustards here because my weekly mustard.
Let's do it.
I watched the first two episodes that came out on Hulu with my wife because she likes to watch the show. Remember how last week or a couple weeks ago I told you guys that my wife was watching a Turkey soap opera?
Yes.
Okay. And she's in the room watching this all the time. So the other night I go in there. We haven't got to watch any episodes since those first two because she's hooked on this soap opera from Turkey.
Okay.
Well, I go in there the other night to go to bed, and I'm used to hearing this Turkish language, and now I'm hearing ding da ogi go ha he. I'm like, what are you watching now? Now she's watching some Chinese thing. I'm like, what is happening?
What is going on?
At what point of your life TV with me? All these shows to watch.
Hold on, time out. So Ryan, you're telling me she actually won the $1 million challenge, but you can only watch foreign language TV shows for the rest of your life, and you can't tell your husband. And she's just stuck in it. There's nothing she can do. She actually won the challenge.
Actually, that makes sense. It has to be that.
Go ask her for the money.
I want the money now.
Show me your bank account.
Show
The
me.
The only thing I can think of is that she wants to leave me, and she's like, maybe he'll get the hint if I just keep watching these weird shows on YouTube, that I'd rather do that than spend time with him. I don't know.
I worked in a call center once, and my boss, we used to watch movies during times we weren't on the phone, and he would only play Chinese shows. And like they're made in China and they have the English subtitles, and it's not like anime or anything like that. It's literally Chinese shows, and he would only watch those and play those for us while we're at the call center. And I was just like, what in the world?
That sounds like such a call center.
Phenomenal, man.
This is so stupid. I love
this. Is so dumb. Oh, wow. So I get what your wife's going through. It's good.
Man.
She loves it, yeah.
Well, I'm up to date on Only Murders in the Building, and I'm telling you, Steve Martin, Martin Short, and even Selena Gomez, those three are so funny. I love that show. And Meryl Streep has taken it up a notch. Like, oh my gosh, her acting is incredible.
What's your theory for Only Murders in the Building? Who is it? Where are you at right now?
Dude, I don't want to blow Ryan's mind. Dude, I am so torn between all the crazy that's going on. But I'm telling you, I have a feeling it's got to be that Taubert guy. I think it's Taubert.
Which one's that? Hot Cameraman?
Hot camera, yeah, Taubert it's Robert, but with a T, Taubert. Yeah, Hot Cameraman.
I'm not good with names. Now, here's my theory, okay?
Okay.
Season 1 of Only Murders in the Building, how many murderers were there?
One.
Season 2, how many were there?
2.
Season 3, how many will there be?
Are you serious? There's no way.
I'm thinking in my head there will be 3. And right now, my 3 that I'm thinking is Taubert, Meryl Streep, and Paul Rudd's brother. Those are the 3 that I think are all going to be connected.
To me, it's between those 3. I didn't even think about combining the 3.
It's going to be all 3 of them.
That's going to blow my wife's mind when I say it.
I don't think Taubert is going to be somebody who actually committed the crime, but he saw it. Okay. But he didn't want to say anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, it was life. I watched life play out. I didn't push him down that elevator. I let life play out, and I did witness it. Which
is just like he did it with the safari and the elephant. Yep. Let life play out. Yep. Wow.
Spoilers.
So that's my theory for season 3 of Only Murders in the Building.
Dude, it's a great... Dude, there's nothing online. You can't find leaks. They have this script so freaking locked tight. All we can do is just think of theories, Ryan. This is all we can do.
Well, speaking of theories, here's my theory for winning time. I think the coach is going to get fired and Pat Riley's going to take over. Call me crazy.
That just happened.
I think it's going to happen.
That just happened.
I didn't watch the new episode yet.
First, that just happened, and Pat Riley. And first off, Adrian Brody as Pat Riley is the greatest casting of all time.
This show,
and you would not think that.
This show,
I don't think that at all when you say that. That doesn't sound good at all.
John C. Reilly as Jerry Buss is so perfect. The guy that plays Magic Larry Bird,
so
all these guys are just like phenomenally perfect.
The casting is so perfect.
That casting director needs to win an award.
But I think Adrian Brody as Pat Riley is perfect. And when I remember watching season 1, and I'm going in my head, that is the worst casting decision ever. Adrian Brody as Pat Riley, that is so stupid.
Even when he slicked his hair back?
And then I Googled Pat Riley, late career or whatever, and they look identical, man.
Really?
Like, they look identical. Like, Pat Riley towards the end of his career to Adrian Brody now looks identical. And then once he slicks that hair back, which he does in this last episode, Ryan.
I can't wait.
It's amazing.
Wow.
I love winning
How
time.
inappropriate is winning time?
You don't want to watch
some episodes are like a 10 out of 10 or even 11 out of a 10. But then let's say if the episode's, an hour long, probably 5 to 10 minutes of it will be inappropriate at most. So
when I skip, can I see thumbnails, I can skip ahead and skip through the stuff I don't want to watch.
You should be able to. But
they don't even need to have that stuff in there, to be honest with you. They just do.
Winning time is what I really like. And in one of the episodes, Jay, in season 2 here, they talk about Larry Bird, and they give him like 20 minutes of him coming out of college at Indiana University.
Wow.
going back to French Lick. And they dive into like how he became Larry Legend.
Is my wife going to be entertained, or is she going to be bored out of her mind?
I would think so. I mean, my wife is, but she also likes sports, so
it's good. It's
so
good
it could
TV,
go either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Winning Time is fantastic. That's what I'm hammering through right now. That's what my weekly mustard was going to be on, was Winning Time. Only Murders I'm watching right now. I really don't think there's too much more on my plate. What was that other show you said, Jay?
Ahsoka on Disney Plus.
Ahsoka? I would watch that for one reason, and it's not an appropriate reason, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Ahsoka, I've been watching Ahsoka, and that is a pretty good show. That's the only good thing on Disney, is anything with Jon Favreau's name on it is good. Everything else on Disney is garbage.
I will also shout out Dave Filoni on that. So if you guys know, maybe you guys know this, I don't know if you do or not, I've watched the animated Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and Rebels. I don't know if you guys know that or not. And so anyways, those are from Dave Filoni.
Really? You have?
And I'm just saying, Ahsoka is literally just a continuation off the storyline from Star Wars Rebels. It is so freaking good. I have not been into the Disney shows lately. I haven't watched any of the MCU TV shows. The only, besides Mandalorian and anything tied with, like Ryan said, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, I'm watching those. I didn't watch Andor. Skipped out on Star Wars Andor.
Really?
I heard just mediocre things about it, and it doesn't have those guys attached to it. So
if there was one show I watched on Disney Plus, it wasn't Andor. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah. And so I was excited when this one came out, and I'm telling you, the casting is fantastic. The story is fast-paced action. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see where they take it. And the guy who plays Admiral Thrawn, Lars Mikkelsen, he's actually the guy who voiced him in the TV show as well. And I'm telling you, he is one of the best bad guy villains in the Star Wars universe, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I love his deep, sinister voice. It is just so good. He's so calm and collected.
Hold on here. Let me go back to my notes here when we did our Star Wars Battle Royale draft, and let me see who you took.
He must have took
you guys said not to take... You guys said not to take stuff you wouldn't understand. Shut up.
I don't see Admiral Thrawn on here.
And first of all, now, he's not the fighter. He's not the one that's going to... This was a Star Wars Battle Royale. He's not the fighter. Let's be clear on that. But he is the master planner. He's the one making the plans.
Did you say masturbator?
Master planner.
Oh, okay.
Not the master debater, but good. Okay, I can move on. I love Ahsoka. It's been very fun.
All right. Well, that's Weekly Mustard. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with the draft.
The Man-Child guys want to hear from you. Whether just to say hello, settle a debate between the guys, or even feedback or a topic point you want to discuss. Call 573-500-0122 today. That again is 573-500-0122. We're excited to hear from you.
All right, cronies, let's draft.
It's draft time.
That's right, it's draft time. Here's how it works. Each player will get 4 picks to create the best lineup for today's topic. Once the teams are selected, the Man-Child universe gets to decide which person takes the win.
Tonight's draft, we're going back to school to the good old physical education days when you're in PE class and you get to do all that fun stuff. We're going to do a draft of the best PE week ever. Say you get 4 days of PE that week. These are the best 4 days you could have.
Oh, I'm really glad I got the first pick because then I can tell my story first. So my first year, my senior year of high school, I got called into the office. It was around December.
Oh my God, you're going to do dancing?
No, I got called into the office. I was told I was not going to be able to graduate in May because I didn't have enough physical education classes. So when I became a freshman, like, you started picking out your classes, you made your own schedule. And so I thought I had done enough, but I had not hit the state requirements for PE. They told me if I wanted to graduate, I needed to, for my last semester, I had to drop out of all of my classes I was in. We're talking, it was an AP college course science class, AP Calculus C. I was going to go to Calculus C. I had to drop out of all of those and replace them with PE classes. And this was actually in my best physical shape was my senior year in high school. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, you want me to drop out of my college classes so I can take PE? That sounds awesome. And so I got to take team sports PE, individual sports PE. Literally, my whole day was PE classes and then a murder mystery class with one of my favorite teachers of all time, Mrs. Milne. And so I had the best last part of my senior year of high school. It was the best ever. So I was very excited when you said this because I got to do so much PE my senior year. It was fantastic. I actually ran a mile in under 6 minutes that year. I was like, this is amazing. I can't believe how in shape I am. The rest of my life has been slowly going just downhill the other way. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, so with my first pick, I was very excited. This is going to fall to me. There's no better game than dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Now, let me ask you this question. Why the heck did we hear that 3-hour story to get to your pick about dodgeball?
Thank you.
What's wrong? I just wanted people to hear a little bit about me. Is that a problem?
Listen, I have never in my life heard a guy say he almost failed high school because he didn't take PE classes. The people who say that are nerds that get demolished in PE class because they're afraid to climb the rope, to get hit in the face with the ball.
Look, I wasn't afraid.
Loser.
I know. Loser. I had so much fun my senior year. I'm telling you, it was a good thing they did it.
I was like the opposite.
Good thing they did it.
They called me in the office like, Ryan, you can't take all shop classes, PE classes, and home ec classes and study hall. You got to take an actual English or math class here.
That's outrageous. I know. I'm a nerd. I was the biggest nerd. I know. John can attest to it. I was a super nerd in high school.
So I loved PE growing up, elementary, junior high, high school. I was one of the I felt I was very athletic and competitive. So I just loved PE class. Back then, yes.
Hey, Ryan is very athletic still. Try to wrestle that bear.
But listen, there's so many things on here that are great. I'm going back all the way to elementary, to my favorite thing in elementary, and that's when Mrs. Salmi, our elementary PE teacher, said, okay, let's go get the parachute, and we got to get the big parachute out, and we got to put the bouncy ball.
That was going to be my sleeper pick.
Yeah, we got to put the balls on top. We got to mushroom it up in the air and go inside of the parachute. Oh, parachute day was... There was no physical education. It was just amazing when you were a little tiny kid and you get this parachute.
Yes. It was rainbow, right? The rainbow parachute. Yes. That was my sleeper pick. You're kidding me. I didn't know if you guys did that or not.
Oh, I loved it, man.
There was nothing more magical than that day.
It was so magical.
There was nothing more magical about that day.
And it's so stupid.
Like, you want to talk about getting close to heaven? Parachute day in elementary school.
Yes.
When we pulled out that parachute and we all were able to get it up in the air and sit below it.
It had to be like 50 feet wide. It was so huge.
That's the beauty of it. It was so beautiful. How many kids cried in your circle? Every one of them. Every kid in my circle cried on Parachute Day. It was so beautiful.
It's like you get to see the hand of God. It's just so beautiful.
When we go to heaven, it's going to be you and your family around this parachute, and you'll be mushrooming it up and scooting inside. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
I'm so mad. I had all these games written down, too. You had the ball games like you said, you got to sit on it and just stare. What was the other fun one?
You thunder it. You make the thunder noise by shaking it.
Thunder, yes.
Oh, there's just so many things you can do with it. It's just amazing.
Oh, the popcorn. The teacher would place like bean bags and small balls or like cotton balls in the middle. And then you got to make them pop like popcorn.
Yep.
Yeah. So much fun.
So much fun. Yep. All right, John, beat that pick.
That's a good pick.
Start off my perfect, whatever you want to call it, gym week. Perfect gym week. I'm going to start off with the ever so classic kickball. Nothing more fun than kickball, especially at the elementary schoolyard.
When you guys
had a lot of fun playing kickball. I remember very vividly. I'll tell a story now. I'm going to tell a story, Jay. I remember very vividly during recess, I sucked at kickball. I was not very good at it at all. But for some reason during gym class, I was like the home run monster. So then during recess, everybody would pick me. And I couldn't kick the ball. I don't know what it was.
When you guys played kickball, did you always
What do you mean you couldn't kick the ball? What?
Did you always yell
during gym class? I was a home run monster. I could kick home runs like nothing matter. But then during recess, I couldn't kick the ball.
What happened?
I don't know. Just a switch flipped.
Were you that nervous, like with your real friends at recess? Because
Maybe.
PE, you're like, it's just random people. I can do this.
Bam!
Bam! Dude, I loved kickball. Sending the ball onto the roof, you felt like a freaking king. Just a man. They had to move the kickball. You remember Cedar Hill out into the grass parts. So much fun.
What do you got, bud? You were saying something.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think I know what your problem was, John. See, when we played kickball and you had the pitcher, if you had a good pitcher, he could put spin on it. And it was very hard to hit a home run then. That's why you always had to call out, pitch it slow and bouncy. That's how you had to tell them. Slow and bouncy, no spin.
Slow and bouncy. That's right. That's right.
And then for my next perfect gym week, I am going to take the ever so much fun football. Whenever that coach just threw a pigskin at you and said, go play in the field out back, and you just got to tackle whoever you wanted to tackle and rough house it all. Nothing was more fun than just playing football with your gym buddies.
That was my next one, was flag football, because that's the only time I felt like I was Barry Sanders out there against my classmates. All right. For my next pick, to go with my parachute, I could pick another great thing from elementary, but I'm going to go into junior high school, and I'm going to go with something that is very enjoyable now as an adult as well, and I loved it back then. I'm going to go pickleball. When the first time I got to play, because we played badminton and then he brought out the pickleball, and I'm like, this is like a giant ping pong table in real life. I thought it was so fun, and it's fun to play as an adult because there ain't much exercise involved in it. There's a little bit. So I'm going to go pickleball.
And I feel like pickleball is like blowing up right now. Like,
it is blowing
people
up.
It is blowing up. Like I've even seen schools. Like even schools are starting to, don't say blowing up in schools. That's my bad. That is my bad. I'm really sorry about that. Anyways,
there are standards and practices.
Yeah, there are schools that are actually like putting pickleball teams together, and I mean it's. Am I thinking of it right? It's pickleball that's exploding right now. Yeah, it's exploding right now, and I never played it.
Oh,
I've never played it. I've never played pickleball.
What? You've never done something that everybody else has done? I can't believe it.
I've never done pickleball.
You follow so many trends?
I've never done it, Ryan. I'd like you to teach me.
Oh, I'll teach you. Come on, Springfield. We'll have a fun pickleball day.
Okay, well, I'm excited because I get to go back to back now, and all the good ones are getting taken. So for after dodgeball, to continue my great week, the next day we find out we're getting to play basketball at the gym. And I love playing pickup basketball with all the classmates. I was one of the kids. I remember it specifically because, again, everyone thought I was a nerd. I did not get picked to be on the basketball team. So they had divided the class, and we ended up having, I think, 6 different teams, and it was teams of 3. And So I ended up picking my own team. And so I took 2 kids and I balled out. I was the second best team in the class. I didn't get to win it all, but we certainly had a fun time, and I blew the minds of a lot of people. Like, oh my gosh, Fat Jay can actually play basketball. Yeah, I can. Okay.
That's a great pick. I love basketball as well. Same thing. We didn't have as big a school as you, so we used to have 3 teams of 5, I think, and it was very fun.
You know, when I was in elementary school, basketball was great. Best time.
Because you towered over everyone.
Didn't even have to jump. Just put my arms in the air, and I scored 40 points a game. I was like a 5-star prospect in 5th grade. And in 6th grade, I fell off the map with no stars.
For my next pick, this was during my individual team sports class, and I absolutely had so much fun. And it's probably because I played my father-in-law weekly, like almost daily, but we played like 5 times a week. We played ping pong all the time. And so for individual sports, there was ping pong for 2 weeks. And if you beat the teacher, you didn't have to, like, if you didn't dress out, like for PE, you would get in trouble. Like, the only reason you fail PE is if you don't dress for PE anyway. So he made a deal. You don't have to dress out for PE if you beat him. I beat him. He said it was the first time he'd been beaten in ping pong in his, like, 10 years of teaching or whatever. So I felt pretty freaking cool that day. And guess what? I still dressed out every day.
Who was that coach again?
Because you were a nerd.
Yes, I was. Man, John, I am drawing a blank on coach. I will think of it, but I need to think about it.
It wasn't the one who hurt himself after he got beat by ping pong by a kid, is it?
Oh, did you eat some ice cream, Jay?
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Coach.
Beaten in 10 years. Just like drops his paddle and starts walking to the showers. I remember the day Coach blah blah left this place.
It's so dark, John. So dark.
All right, my next pick. A lot of the good ones are going off the board. I'm going to take one of my favorites, and we did it in high school. And the reason it's one of my favorites because my football coach, Coach Warner, said, "You guys can go ahead, guys. You can check. No checking the girls, but you can check the guys, and that's floor hockey." So our bleachers would be pushed against the wall, and he let checking was. There was one kid broke his nose, 2 kids got concussions, but boy, did we let everybody have it. It was so much fun. Yes, we got to check. We couldn't do it to the girls, but you got to do it to the guys.
If he dies, he dies.
And one time, this would be higher on mine, but one time we were playing it, and I was going full speed. This kid was just sitting there, wasn't paying attention. I was just going to obliterate him in the bleachers. He moved at the last second, and my stick got caught in the bleachers and went right into my groin. I thought I had just exploded something down there. I thought I was dead. I thought I was going to die. It hurt so bad. But it was so fun. So fun playing. Just they put a little red ball out there, and you got the plastic hockey sticks. It was so fun.
Oh. You just immediately can't breathe, and you're just dry heaving.
I was done for the day after that. It was bad.
Okay, to round out my 4 amazing days of gym class PE classes, I remember one time in high school, for 1 week, we took a bus and we went bowling every day in high school. So I'm going to take bowling.
That was also part of my individual sports. Do you know what the funnest part about bowling that week, John?
Which guy?
I learned how to score bowling. Like doing all the math.
That was the whole point of it, and we never did that in my individual sports. I think the whole point was to learn how to score bowling, but the coach was just like, "Let's go bowl." I'm like, what are we doing? We're just bowling. Just go bowl.
Oh my gosh! So, I loved learning how to score and how all the strikes work.
Nerd.
And learning that even though you bowl the strike here, that's 10 points, but it could be worth 30 points depending if you get 2 more strikes. Like adding all the math up together, I loved learning how to score bowling. I still know how to do it. It's a great pick. Everyone's like, man, Jay was such a nerd.
Yeah. You were the only one learning how to score. The coaches were like, whatever, Gil, just leave me alone. So you actually don't know how to score. You just think you do. It's all wrong, though.
I know you call this a turkey, Coach, but did you know you get this many points when you get it?
Running. Coach, look at this. I figured out how to do this. Oh, good job, Gil. Go bowl. Leave me alone.
Go bowl and leave me alone for the love of God.
Now, my last thing was also in that same gym class, Jay, and you might have experienced this, and it was the week you went to the driving range at the golf course.
Yes.
You just got to whack on some golf balls and then as far as you could. I'm going to take that one off the board.
Meet the amazing ball whacker guy.
I was the best whacker of balls you've ever seen. I whacked him so hard. I whacked him like you want to whack and believe it, man. They were like, wow, look at John and how he grips that stick and he whacks away. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So to round out my 4, we got kickball, football, bowling, and going to the driving range, whacking stuff.
Well, you guys
It's a
had
good
to
week
do
of
way
PE.
more cool things at your school than mine. We didn't ever got to go anywhere. We had to go. Everything was in the PE class.
Yeah, it was
the
also
gym.
1952 when you went to school.
They didn't have those programs back then, Ryan.
We didn't have a bowling alley in Ipswich, South Dakota. Jeez. Or a driving range. Our school couldn't afford clubs for everybody. You guys are amazing. All right. My last pick, I'm going back to elementary school. And I don't know if they had these when you guys, they might have outlawed them by then, but we had these scooters that you would lay on your belly on and you'd go around the gym floor on. They had 4 wheels, a little platform. They were yellow, red, blue, orange, and you'd scoot around and sometimes your fingers would get caught under there, but oh my gosh, that was fun. Besides parachute day, that was the next best day, was when the scooters got to come out.
Core memory unlocked. I had completely forgotten about that until you said it. And the first thing I remembered was my hands. I remember running over my fingers and how bad it hurt. I was a chubby kid, so it hurt when you did it. But those were so much fun.
Oh, they were so fun. Just for an hour, just on your belly, just going as fast as you can around that gym.
Was there a game? I don't even remember a game. It was just go around and roll
I think
on
the
your
teacher
belly.
just said, go grab a scooter and go to town. That's pretty much what you did.
That's what we did.
So, my perfect PE week is starting out with the parachute, going to heaven, having the best time of your life. Then you're gonna do a little pickleball, nice, easy, relaxing day, but competitive. Then you're gonna get really down and dirty, and you're gonna do some floor hockey, get sweaty, check people into the bleachers, and you're gonna finish out the week in heaven again on the scooters. Just don't run over your fingers.
Yeah. Man, I am not playing floor hockey with you. Jeez. My bones just ache.
Didn't Bryan Adams make a song about heaven? I think it was about that parachute.
It was about that parachute.
It was about
Yeah,
that parachute.
It was about that parachute. That's good. All right, for me, I'm gonna do a little recap and pick my my last pick. So for my week of PE class, first off, we're doing dodgeball. There's nothing better than good old dodgeball day. Following that up with some basketball. Love playing basketball. Then we're gonna have some ping pong. And then I was really hoping this would fall to me. This is going back to my elementary days, but I loved playing wall ball. I don't know if you guys ever played wall ball, but that was so much fun. Instead of playing foursquare, you're using that same type of ball and you're hitting the ball against the wall. And so it can only bounce and hit the floor once. And you guys just keep hitting the ball, trying to even do little taps. So that way it'll like hit low and then bounce real quick. I mean, or then you can just absolutely bomb it, trying to get the guy so he has to hit the ball. Just a real fun time running around playing wall ball in elementary school. That was one of my favorite elementary school games.
Did I ever tell you guys about? Have I ever told you guys a story about playing butts up?
Brian,
Go on.
I don't think you have, but we're all listening.
We didn't do this in school, but out of school we had this big wall in our playground, and we would take what we call it butts up. And what you do is you take a tennis ball, you throw it against this big wall, and if you catch it, you stay in the game. So you throw it up against the wall, and until only one person was left, and when that one person was left, everybody who dropped the ball has to line up against the wall with their hands against the wall with their butt sticking out, and you had to throw this tennis ball as hard as you could, whoever you wanted to, at their butts up.
I do remember throwing. I don't know if it was a tennis ball, but yes, I do remember. Having people line up on the wall and throw it at them.
When the kid that could throw a 70-mile-an-hour fastball got to throw it, you're like, oh, why am I playing this game?
I remember a coach playing butts up with me, but I don't remember a tennis ball being involved.
John, core memory unlocked. I do remember playing butts up.
His name was Coach Sandusky.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And with that, cronies, don't forget to listen to our Weekly Sports podcast. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, hit the bell, subscribe, and all your favorite listening platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We'll try to make sure it's up there weekly. Till next time, peace. We out of here.
Before we get off here, before we end this episode, what was your all's opinion on the mile run? Did you all like the mile run? Were you fans of it?
Nope.
Was anybody a fan of mile run?
Look,
I hated the athletic kids. I hated the athletic kids in school who were excited about the mile run day. Nothing pissed me off more than little fat John taking 12 minutes to run the mile, and they're done in 4. Like, what kind of horse garbage is that?
It was so embarrassing. I think my worst time was like, you think about it now, and you're like, what were you doing? I think I was jogging slower than I could walk, but I finished at like 14 minutes something. It's like, what? How pathetic did I look out there?
I remember trying my hardest, and I still took me like 12 minutes to try my hardest.
You only had one goal in that mile run, and that's not to be the last boy to cross the finish line. So you're not the one that gets wrecked. That's all you had to do. Is beat one other boy out.
I will say I was never last, but I had some of the longest times. It was so embarrassing. And so that is why my senior year, I was not looking forward to the mile. And I was just like, this is so stupid. I need to find me a song that can hype me up. And I remember it. It was It was DJ Khaled, the Ludacris remix. I'm trying to remember the song now.
When I was 13...
we the best. We the best. Anyways, it was a 6-minute remix, and I finished the mile beating that song, and I couldn't believe it. I ran it in under 6 minutes. It was like a 5-minute, 20-second mile. I could never repeat that now. It would take me years to train.
Turns out you actually didn't run the full mile. Your coach was like, yeah, whatever, Jay. You're like, I did it. I beat it.
He ran a quarter lap.
I'm telling you, I am that typical guy. I peaked in high school. My senior year, that was my peak. I peaked my senior year. That last semester was amazing.
That was probably my peak too, and
that
was not a good peak. That was not a good peak for me at all. My peak was still a 12-minute mile.
So bad.
All right, goodbye, cronies.
Thanks for joining us today on the Man-Child Chronicles. You can find us on your favorite social media platforms at The Man-Child Chronicles. Don't forget to join us every Friday for a new episode. That's all for now. See you next time.